Hey guys, Michael Furlong here from rentrollmaximiser. Today we're talking on behalf of the Real Estate Resource Group, and I've got Tony Dimitriadis, who's the partner at AD Partners Accounting. He holds the category of accounting in the Real Estate Resource Group, and we're catching up today for a couple of quick little interviews, little podcasts. G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, Michael. And yourself?
I'm doing really well, doing very, very well. I think we're doing a bit better here in Victoria than Sydney, although just give us a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll catch up.
Yeah, sadly, mate. So with the two questions I want to ask you today, the first one off the top of the list is, at the moment we're into July, we're the 15th of July today. What's been the biggest challenge your real estate clients have faced this year? What has been the number one thing that's knocked their socks off?
Well, from my perspective, probably one of the biggest challenges has been the uncertainty around the business disruption that has been going on and the stop-start nature of restrictions and lockdowns, and their ability to get a good flow of business coming off what was a almost horrendous 2020. So that has really knocked them on their butts in some cases. But, I'm a half glass full sort of guy, Michael, so I believe we'll get through it. But the point that I try to make to all of my real estate clients, and all clients, in fact, is that they need to be managing the business well. And that's particularly critical in these times. So whether that is finances, whether it's staff, whether it's customers, operations, etc., it's no good just focusing on delivering the service if you're not managing it well, because you may think everything's going okay, but that's when those problems will bubble beneath the surface. And when they reach the surface and come out, they will generally be bigger and cost you more. So you need to be making sure, particularly in these times, to be managing things well.
And I think that old analogy, Tony, cash flow is king. Cash is king. You need to make sure you manage.
Cash is king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to say cash is king, as everyone has said, but cash flow management is queen. I like to throw the queen in there, so I think we need both.
So I blended them. And if there was one thing that agents could do in the next sort of 7 to 14 days to sort of resolve some of the issues, and of course planning. Sorry, I'll just go back to that one. The longer term plan, the 6 to 12 months plans, they've really been brought back to sort of 60 days, 90 days now, haven't they? Sort of rather than your 12-month and 2-year plans.
Yeah, certainly in some cases, absolutely. But I do think that the number one thing right at the moment, and it's perfect that it's sort of the beginning of the financial year, is to make sure you've got that documented plan in place. Yeah. We would first forecast for that 12-month period, but obviously break it down into smaller chunks because of what's been going on. But in the first instance, actually understanding what business might look like. And again, that's not just a numbers thing. You might start with numbers, but what happens when you look at those numbers is then you start to say, well, okay, what does that mean with my staffing levels? What does that mean with my business operation? What do I need to do? What am I adding? What am I deleting? Yeah. So again, what I like to say is that with the numbers and doing this, you generally find all the good, the bad, and the ugly in there. But knowing that enables you to make good, effective business decisions rather than just operating on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. I find too many clients in this industry and many others just simply focus on day-to-day and worrying about what sale they might have today, and they're not really thinking about their business and where it's going and how they're going to manage it.
Reactive versus proactive. Great advice. And that, going back to that last question, which was around if there was one, I won't say silver bullet, but one thing that most of the real estate agents could fix in the next sort of 7, 14, 21 days, thereabouts, what would it be from your perspective?
Well, it would be to put in place a plan, a budget, to see where they're at, Michael, because there has been some really good stuff that's happened, obviously, in the industry. There's been a lot of activity coming out of, particularly here in Victoria, coming out of that lockdown late last year. And that's been great. But again, have they been able to manage that well? We go from being rather quiet to being super busy. Again, staffing levels, business operation, it all gets impacted, and then some things get missed. It's great to be busy, but if we're not ticking all the boxes and we miss some things, that could cost.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Mate, how do people get in touch with you? What's your website? adpartners.com.au?
It certainly is. And they can email me direct or contact me through the website. But the email is tonyd@adpartners.com.au. So
fantastic.
Either way is great.
Mate, thank you very much for spending some time with us today. And it's the Real Estate Resource Group. Again, just putting together a little bit of information that may be able to help. Even if it just helps one person, then it's certainly worthwhile. Thanks for your time today, mate.
Thank you very much, Michael.